Here at NewsNation, we continue to follow the stories of Americans in need, like those in North Carolina. Right now, the new Homeland Security Secretary Markwayne Mullin touring western parts of the state, areas devastated by Hurricanes Helene and Florence. It's been a year and a half since Helene ripped through that region, killing more than 100 people and causing catastrophic damage. Secretary Mullin is there to highlight FEMA's ongoing mission to help communities rebuild, with the agency just announcing more than $103 million for recovery efforts there. Allie Bradley joins us live from North Carolina. So, Allie, what all are we hearing from the new Secretary Mullin?
Yeah, hey, Nicole, I want to start here by saying NewsNation obviously staying on this story, not abandoning this topic whatsoever because of just how important it is. And I've never been to this area, and I can tell you it is still very storm-ravaged, still very broken community here. 18 months later, this storm ripped through here in September of 2024, and that's exactly why Secretary Markwayne Mullin made this his first stop as official secretary for the Department of Homeland Security. He said he was honored to be here and honored to make this his first trip. Now, we know that a big part of that is the FEMA funding and the support that they're getting from FEMA. Right now, we can tell you federal officials say more than $103 million in additional FEMA funding is now being directed to North Carolina, supporting more than 50 projects aimed at rebuilding and protecting critical infrastructure following Hurricane Helene that claimed the lives of 108 people a year and a half ago. Governor Josh Stein, meanwhile, had urged federal leaders to come see the damage firsthand. He wrote that communities here face a long road after the headlines fade. Now, he wasn't in attendance, but Secretary Mullin said they talked for, quote, quite a while. Now, in towns like Lake Lure, once left in ruins, leaders say signs of progress are finally emerging as they refill the lake. Their grand opening is just in a few weeks, so they have something to be hopeful there for. And community leaders are asking to rebuild without constraints, without that red tape like new floodplain issues. Mullin saying they're committed to rebuilding. Take a listen to what he had to say.
I've talked to the president a lot about this. Reforming FEMA is, I think, would be a better term than what we're trying to use. We want, the president said when Trump 45, he wants to get the dollar closer to the state. The closer we can get the dollar to the problem, the farther the dollar goes, because we know when we're dealing with federal contracts, everybody in this room knows that when you're dealing with federal contracts versus state contracts versus county contracts, the price seems to double because of the amount of bureaucracy and paperwork that you have to do to deal with federal government. So when we're looking at reform, the president wants to, like I said, we want to make sure we get it to the state faster and not look at FEMA as being the first responder, but look at FEMA as supporting the first responders.
Now, he also talked about reforming FEMA, not getting rid of it like we've heard the president talk about in the past, but more so making changes within FEMA. Now, he visited where we are standing right now in Chimney Rock. He also visited Lake Lure as well, and he had a roundtable discussion with community leaders and first responders and FEMA members as well to discuss the need here, Nicole. But you can tell that there is still a very dramatic need here in this community. And just because the cameras come and go doesn't mean these people that are still rebuilding their lives are able to set that aside. So that is why NewsNation continues to cover these stories, Nicole.
Absolutely. Allie Bradley live there in North Carolina. Allie, thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.